Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Monday, the 29th of July, 2019. Today, I will be live for 59 minutes. 59 minutes, can you believe it? Can you fathom? Who would have thought we'd get here? That is 1 minute less than one whole hour. Wow. Now, I guess we all kind of thought we'd get here because it is 1 minute past the stream yesterday. So we knew we would get here. To answer my own question, I thought I'd get here. You thought we'd get here. We are here. Every day the stream gets longer by a minute. Mathematics, hey? Who would have known? This is July, of course, folks. July being the idea of going live every day on YouTube for the whole month. Now, I missed a few days in the center because of vacation, holiday commitments with the family, but we have come a long way here in July. I want to say props to Mr. Danny Black for coming up with this concept. Every day I do this stream, I just want to say thanks to him. I put his link in the chat. He's the guy that created it. Go and give him some love on the Facebook. He's doing it on Facebook. Go and give his YouTube some love in the meantime. But we've have had a great time. Tomorrow is... Hang on. There's 31 days in July, isn't there? Not 30. Okay, so tomorrow we're opening up the Jack behind me. And then the following day will be the last day of July. After that, we'll go back to regular programming on the Gives a Minute YouTube stream once a week. But you can always catch me on the D Live, just saying. Wow, let's pull in the chit chat. First of all, who's up there on the chat? I want to just see. Tim's always up there at the front, always up there at the start. He said, it's nice to be the first to comment when your comment remains viewable. And he's also answering the topic of conversation, stay on the double lines and keep everyone guessing. We're going to get to that. I got another comment from a giver, which kind of sparked off this conversation topic in my mind, and I wanted to pitch it to you guys, see what you think about this suggestion. And there's Timbo. He had to leave to go and do the schoolyard run for the children, so he's coming back. Robert Muller in the house. He's going to rewatch after he's got chores to do. No worries, Robert. Good stuff. Mindy's in the house. Travel Jet Setter's in the house. Travel Jet Setter's almost nailing down 2 possible jobs in Fort Lauderdale. Good on you, man. Mindy's feeling much better. She's all healed up now. That's good to hear. How was D-Live last night? So D-Live was surprisingly low-key in the sense that nothing went down. There was one kind of suspectful troll possible, but as far as what went down the night before, an easy ride last night. Hopefully that's a one-off. But actually, in my Discord, Raw Gozia made a comment to me saying, on D-Live, can anyone host you without you even knowing it? Like, do they have to ask you first? And actually, no, they don't have to ask you. The first I knew about the host was when it happened. So possibly that could be something that they've got to change on D-Live. Maybe it's got a little notification. You are... Cutie is requesting to host your channel, yes or no? But instead, right now, it's like, hey, you're being hosted by Cutie. And we don't know... I didn't know who Cutie was. I had a look afterwards. She's fine. But yeah, it could be a little bit sketchy if someone that's... But then again, why would someone want to get so far up in D-Live and then be a dick? So I don't know. Travel Jet Setter is super humid where he is, about 40 degrees Celsius. Wowskis. I'm looking forward to that coming back here, I can tell you now. That's Florida for you. Yep, too hot. And the mosquitoes. And then I pitched an idea to Mindy in the chat. I'm thinking of doing 2 times daily on D-Live just to catch both audiences, like both international Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. But I'm thinking, would that be fair? Because I'd kind of be running the same content doubled up, if you like one show for the Northern Hemisphere, one show for the Southern Hemisphere. I haven't really thought too heavily on it, but that's what I'm thinking. The Midwest mosquitoes are too bad in the summer. Yeah, the mosquitoes here are absolutely chronic, and they're big too. The situation here, Mindy asked, the situation is just, and they will attack. This is what it sounds like at night when you're laying in bed. My chair's too squeaky. Hang on. Yeah, they're bad. That is one thing that really gets me angry. You've seen me angry a couple of times on my vlog, and maybe once or twice on the live, maybe here and on D Live. But one thing in life that really gets me angry is you're in bed, it's all dark, you got all your little lights covered over, and then you hear that noise. It's like, you serious? And you got to get up, turn the lights back on, find this thing in the house, get the spray out. I try not to spray too much because then you got the smell of the spray. Really gets me going. Travel jet setter, yep, okay. Yeah, if you eat sweet things like chocolate, they seem to come harder. I got a funny story actually. When we were up in the Great Barrier Reef one time in my life, I was hanging out with an English girl, and she got absolutely hammered by mosquitoes, like big dots all over her legs, all over her arms, just like almost like measles or something. And I didn't get bitten. It's like, dude, they obviously know your blood more than they know mine, and they want it. I was like, okay, well, I'm fine right here. Out in Utah, in the high desert, going out to California, there's no mosquitoes. It's my fantasy world, dude. Absolutely, Mindy, that's my fantasy world too. There you go. We talked about the pet hate of mine. Any job leads? Yeah, there you go. Travel jet setter. It's got a couple of leads in Fort Lauderdale for work. Good to see. Michael joined the chat. Good morning, Michael. How you going, man? He said good evening. So we're talking about that. He wasn't able to join the streams lately. He had literally no time. We were sailing for a week on a yacht. Oh, that sounds rad, Michael. The timing can be tricky. He was with some friends. Any diving or snorkeling? Yeah, the weather was perfect. What body of water? Not really. In Poland. Wow, a giant lake. You were on a yacht in a giant lake. That sounds like you were kind of. The lake looks just like a sea. Wow, what lake is that, Michael? I wouldn't mind seeing what that was. So you're out on a lake, but you don't see any coast at all. Like you're almost like you're in the sea, like the Truman Show or something. That's amazing. Yeah, hit the name of that lake up. I want to have a look. Biggest lake in Poland. Wow. Okay. Cool. Lake Heron in the States. Okay, that was me getting excited. That's not the lake. That's another one. Lake Hogan is Braun. Never been to Poland. Okay, you guys are chatting about the lake. Sometimes dark blue. Lots of green stuff. Michael's going to Egypt next week for free diving. That sounds good. Anything free is good, right? I know what you mean. You don't have to worry about sharks. Yep, true. The Red Sea is very clear. Bonehammer. Hello, Bonehammer. Welcome to the chat. That's a new handle, dude. Or dudette. You get a cheers. We've never seen you before, Bonehammer. Good to see you there in the Gives a Minute YouTube stream. Beyond Beauty saying hello. G'day, Beyond Beauty. Happy Canadian. Hello, Happy Canadian. Hello, Jeff. How you going, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Happy Canadian says he's getting a little bit of buffering at his end. That's no good. Maybe refresh your modem. Johann Sebastian, son. No drinking beer when you chat. You can drink beer in my chat, folks. I don't mind. You can drink the Jack. You can drink the beer. I'm drinking the water, but you can go for whatever beer or Jack, whatever you damn well please. Lisa Smart, I missed you over the weekend. No worries. Had a crazy weekend with the girls. Understood. Okay, there you go. Hello, Lisa. Everyone's saying hello. I got my magic wand and kept them out. That's a bug sound. Yeah, you know it. Anger from Mozzies and trash on the ground. Mindy, that's it. Those two things in life. No, so many mosquitoes here in Burlington, in Canada. Have to be careful with some carry-on. Yeah, okay. A giant lake. The lake is called Snadri. Okay, I kind of want to have a look at that. I'm going to bring the chat up for you guys to see what it's named as. Michael's got the Nate called. Now I don't know how to hit that little funky S, but let's do this. Let's have a look. Let's go here and here. I'm going to type in Snadri. S-N. Oh, we'll call it Lake. Lake S-N-I-A-R-D-W-Y. There you go. Okay. Ooh, wow. That looks nice. And that little image there looks great. Let me just get rid of that. So we can see exactly where we're playing here in the world, folks. and the scale of it as well. Okay, that is a pretty large lake, huh? All right, so there you go. There you know. That's where we're at. Well, that's where Michael's at, or Michael's been at. But let's see if we can drop in and have a little looky poo. If we drop our handle down into that lake, do we swim or do we land somewhere on the? We'll go somewhere on the land side of it, maybe there. Okay. We hit a field. Looks like the lake might be through the gap there, possibly. Maybe. No, okay, we messed that up somehow. We're on the edge of the lake. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the lake right now. It's through the gap here, but we can't get there. Well, there you go. That's Lake Snoudry. What was it again? I don't know how to say it, but it looks amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us, Michael. I hope you had a good time on the lake. Beyond Beauty says we have a lake like that near here called Rend Lake. That sounds cool. Lisa, the joys of being a single mum. Johann Sebastian's son is near a river. I've got the ocean right here, the Tasman Sea and the waves. It was big. There were waves in that lake, really. Wow, you could do a wave a day. It's like a very nice spot. You made some videos. Very cool. Michael, do you want to have a look at those videos? Not sure if I can share them. Okay, no worries. A friend fell asleep with a leg outside his tent, woke up with thousands of dead mosquitoes covering his leg. They all died from alcohol poisoning. Really? For real, Tim? That's nasty. Hey, this last weekend, because it's now Monday morning here in Australia, so Sunday and Saturday was surprisingly quiet down here in Culburra Beach. When I went out for my wave a day, there was no one else surfing, and the conditions were sort of okay. Like, it was actually pretty good. And normally on the weekends is when you get all the crew that are locals I go out surfing at 10 a.m. or at 10:30 in the morning and no one's out. But on the weekend, usually there's crew out there fighting for those waves. And when I say fighting, I mean, hey man, how are you? You know, one other person. Surprisingly, there was no one out there. I had a great surf. I'd love to share it with you right now because we all know life is better when you surf. And in this instance, my life is better because I surf, and your life is better when I surf. Welcome back to the super quick wave a day edit. Now, I had such a good day surfing that it reminds me, life is better when you surf. This is the motto of Global Surf Industries, my sponsor for boards, and I just wanted to say it right here, right now. Life is better when you surf. Surprisingly, there was no one else out there with me this morning. The conditions were pretty good. Have a look at this. Look at this pocket of sun right there. It's beautiful. Right there, it's dark and grey. I want that to stay. It's so glary in my eyes. All right, let's get away.
You got the cash, you got a deal.
Yeah, that was a good starting. Oh, here comes a good second.
Is going for a steal. You better run to get the sail.
Yeah! Woo! These little waves here, they're picking up on this bank and they're casting to the right. See that? That was a little too little, but it's doing the right thing. It's rolling to the right. Two good waves so far. I'm feeling pumped. Woo! rights there. Feeling it. Feeling the stokeness.
And you reap what you deserve.
Okay, so I'll go left on that one. Don't mind a little lefty poo. Thank you very much.
Didn't die in vain. I don't mind. Feel it in my bones. Feel it.
It really sucks when the big mama like that comes through and it closes out. You know, like the bigger wave. It's like, yeah, I'm going for it, I'm on it. Ah, closed out. That's we closed out.
Feel it in my bones. Feel it in my bones. We're there too.
Right? What do you think? They were good conditions, but there's no one out here. It's a Sunday. I was by myself. I was like, wow, that's pretty strange. Hey, the Givers changed that global surf industry's motto, life is better when you surf. They changed it to, our lives are better when Gives a Minute surfs. And I kind of like that. What do you think of that? Everyone's life is better when I surf. Is that cool? Now, while I think about where everybody is, you guys can go back to the live stream. Yeah, I don't know. I can't work out where everybody is myself, you know. It's been such a beautiful time down here. The weather's been perfect. How you been anyway? I mean, did you hang out down the beach? Nah, yeah. It's a great spot, isn't it? I mean, we should get back together. For sure, we should do that. Yeah, I mean, I've just been busy live streaming and this and that. Been on the D Live a lot, and I got a stream going at the moment, actually. You might want to check that out. Oh, shit! I'm live! I gotta go! Sorry, folks. I was busy chit-chatting there. Finding out where people are. Where the hell are where's everybody? The waves are great! The waves are great! What's going on? The waves were great, and I see the comments flinging through there. First of all, Stephen said, nothing can beat the River Torrens for beautiful places. Just don't get in the water. I gotta say, man, I miss that so much about living in Adelaide, because I lived in Henley Beach for a period, and I would cycle down towards the Big Pelicans and then straight up the Torrens into the city. And we actually talked about that last night. We were reminiscing, and it's a beautiful part of the world, and I do miss that a lot, actually. I don't miss the lack of swell in the area. Not that I was surfing while I was there, but I know that if I went back and lived, I would kind of miss the surfing, even though you've got to go down the mids to get waves. And I just like walking out here and going surfing. Tim Arscott, Ray was somewhat of a drunk himself, hence why his leg was this guy that had his leg hanging out of the tent. That's pretty funny. Nice right. Yeah, I did get a good right in there, didn't I, Mindy? That was a great wave. Some big waves. See, the thing is, I'm not seeing them as big anymore. I'm seeing those waves as sort of small, and I'm not trying to be cocky about it, but I'm looking for a power wave, one that'll I'll be able to ride through the unbroken section, across the broken bit into another unbroken section, and that needs to be a bigger wave to enable that. So I guess my ability is getting better and stronger, and I'm feeling better and stronger, but I do need a larger wave to facilitate that ride. But I mean, out here, I've got plans, and I think building my abilities here first and then taking them potentially somewhere else, it's going to be a benefit. If I can deal with this and get a decent ride in those kind of closeout conditions, I think I should be able to get something somewhere else. Beyond Beauty, love how happy you are when you surf. Yeah, it stokes me. It really does stoke me. The biggest waves, Johann Sebastian's son. Yeah, okay, not huge, but yeah, okay. Gotta go, pretty tired. Maybe I'll be there next time. No worries, Michael. Have a good sleep. Have a good time. Catch you next time. Travel Jetsetter joined up on the D Live. I watched your D Live. I was tired. I'm not joking. It was good. Thanks, man. Thanks very much, dude. He is talking about the D Live, and if you're not sure what D Live is, I've put a little linky poo in the chatski. That's my D Live channel. Go and have a look. Go and peruse the platform. It's a good platform. Venom, boy, bye. You ain't talking to nobody. You got me. You got me. So there you go. Happy Canadians laughing. Everyone's having a good time. Now let me get into the topic of conversation for today. I got a comment from this gentleman, and it looks like this. His name is VLB. Look at all your popular videos. They are all about sea and full face snorkeling masks, so do more. That's one reason I came to this channel. That's a pretty forceful comment. First of all, look at all of your popular videos. They're all about sea and full face snorkeling masks. So do more. But then he contradicts himself by saying, that's one reason I came to this channel. That's one reason? So what are the other reasons? If that's one reason, what are the other reasons? And are those other reasons permissible for me not to want to do what you've told me to do? And by the way, it's my freaking channel. I can do what I want with my content. But what's he talking about? First of all, let's have a quick squiz at my reply. Typical Gives a Minute fashion. Thanks for the nice comment, mate. And then I gave him a fact. It's winter here in Australia right now. And I didn't say, so I can't be doing snorkel reviews. I just laid the fact out there. It happens to be winter in Australia. If you're playing carefully and if you watch my content, you will know that whenever I do snorkel mask reviews, I'm always just in a pair of board shorts. I've never done one in a wetsuit. I never want to do one in a wetsuit. I never want to go out into the tepid, freezing Tasman Sea and wear a wetsuit to do a snorkel mask review. If I get commissioned to do a review now, I'll go somewhere north to the Pacific Islands, to Vanuatu or Fiji, and do the review there. But what he's talking about, and we know this about my channel, and I'm not denying this about my channel, but if you go to my channel, if you go to the YouTube machine and you search up Gives a Minute, well, first of all, look what comes up literally underneath my handle. So that's clearly what what the algorithm is pushing towards people when they go to YouTube and search for me. But if you just go to the channel ski, oh, look, he's live. Look, the guy's live. Wow, let's go and have a look at the live stream. Let's not. So if you go in here, live now, and of course my popular uploads, and you've got my most popular video here, obviously 2.1 million views, but then you go down further, and yeah, fair enough. All of my popular content is snorkel masks. Except for these ones here. So dropping down from 84K to 72K. So he's right, obviously. But the thing is, it's not his call to make. You, as a consumer on my channel, as a giver who consumes the content, it's not his call to say, dude, you're getting views by making these snorkel mask videos, so do more of them, because that's why I came here. I love the fact he is here, but that's not the only thing that I do. Sure, that's the most popular thing I do, but that's not all I do. And if he can't deal with that, and he wants to direct my content in a specific way just to satisfy his own YouTube habits, then I would rather him not be here, to be completely honest. Is that too harsh? I don't think so. First of all, the reason it's not harsh is I never decided that this would make my channel popular. That was not my decision to make. I made that video, the 2.1 million views, one thing wrong with the full face. I made that video and I put it on YouTube. Just like I've made any other video and went on and put it on YouTube. Then YouTube did their little tickle, did their little push, did their little promotion, and gave me all of those views. That's not my decision, that's their decision. Yes, it was my decision to make after follow-up videos in the same vein, but that's because I got requested by other companies. Hey, we've seen you do that video, we got a mask, can you do one for us? Of course I can. Here's the cost, here's how I'm gonna set it out, here's my plan, and then my channel grows. But if you look at my channel before that happened, I was creating content before that popped. So this guy's very demanding, and I feel like, unfortunately, that's a flaw in YouTube, because I give him a reply back, and I don't get a reply back from him. I hit him with a, hey, thanks for the nice comment. It's winter here in Australia. No response. Gone. No response. So he's come out with this forceful, aggressive attack, if you like. Don't get me wrong, I can handle it, but I'm just saying matter-of-factly, it's an attack. And then when I reply, flatlined. I mean, I'm live now. He could come in here and defend himself. Let's have a look at the chit-chat. Johann Sebastian's son, how about you do a giveaway? So, Johan, I don't do giveaways like that, man. If you know my channel, the giveaways happen when they happen, and when they happen, you'll know about them if you're watching. So I'm not going to come in here and say, here comes a giveaway. It's something that's premeditated, preconceived. So, yeah. And Northrump Mindy says, I mean, how many mask reviews do you need to watch before you go ahead and buy one? There's that too. Was from Oz. Good morning, dude. Hey, Was. How you going? You're late, Johann Sebastian's son. Okay. Was is better late than never, though. Beyond Beauty, I demand you make me laugh. Also, could you dress like a clown? Seriously, what the hell? That's the thing. Like, it's like, I'm totally with you, Beyond Beauty. It's like, you're consuming my content. If you come onto the live stream like here, and if you go onto the D Live, did I mention I've got a D Live? I just put that in the chat too for you. And if you go on there and we talk and we engage and the content kind of like meanders along and becomes something, that's good. But when someone comes in and says, just do what I say, it's like, this is a two-way street here. We're both givers, and you're not being a very nice giver. You're being a demanding giver, and I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to respond very well to that. I'm going to respond to it because I think everyone deserves a response. But my response is going to be, this is where you're wrong, and I'm going to do it in a nice little tactful manner. I get exactly what I want every time I watch one of your videos. And Mindy, I hope that's entertainment and a fun time. G'day, Bob. How you going? BP Fishing in the house. Good to see you back, man. Johan, there's someone in Canada that always wins the giveaways. Yeah, Jeff's cleaned up each one of my giveaways. It's kind of strange, isn't it? And totally random. Would that be fair, Mindy, to say what you get from what you see in my content is an entertainment value, a step away from the norm, if you like? She says, smart wit. Okay. Thank you. I try to do that. I try to deliver content that's intelligent, content that's going to make people sit up and have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of a question, consider things. Of course, we know from seeing my content, when the snorkel mask reviews come up, this is what makes this YouTube sustainable for me. I never planned to make a business out of reviewing snorkel masks, but here I am, 2019, and it's happening. And I'm not going to deny that. But when someone tells me you have to do this because it's the only thing that makes your channel, it's like, let's have a look at this comment again. Look at all your popular videos. They are all about sea and full face snorkeling masks. So do more. I'd love to know what the other reason is. That's one reason I came to this channel. So in one sense, he's saying I discovered your channel because of the snorkel masks, but I wasn't actually looking for that, because that's what he says. That's one reason I came to this channel. And of course, VLB, when you go to his channel, no content, no video, just a faceless, nameless troll account with nothing to prove himself or herself worthwhile. That's so not great. Johan, are you talking about the giveaway still? Is that the only reason you're here, Johan, for a giveaway? That's not how it works, dude. Very entertaining, says Mindy. Thank you. Michael says, I think the problem might be to do with social skills. That comment could have been reworded as a polite suggestion, but it came out as a rude demand. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah. And how would he best off have reworded that so it came across with a little bit more tact? What would you suggest, Michael? How could he do that? I'll leave it on the screen just for a bit so we can all continue to have a giggle at it. Drinking some Jack with Dr. Pepper. Jack and Dr. Pepper. Well, Bob, is that something you'd recommend? I'm not a huge fan of the Dr. Peps, but I'd give it a shot. That's going to be opened up tomorrow on the stream, that one. So maybe at that point, I don't know. Happy Canadian agrees with Mindy. What did Mindy say? Very entertaining. Okay, gotcha. Yep. You provide variety, but in a connected way, if that makes sense. You can tell you love your hobbies. Your personality also makes it great. Thank you, Beyond Beauty. That's what I'm trying to push, my personality. I think it was Scotty D from Hey We're Talking. We've got 1/3 of Hey We're Talking in the chat right now with BP Fishing. Scotty D said, we come to Gives a Minute's channel because of Benon, not because of whatever the review is or whatever the actual topic is, but because to see the personality, the person behind this hideous head. And that's what I've always said with my channel. when I began the channel. I just want to put myself into the public sphere. As you know, I've been doing this crap for years without being able to put it out there, and having access to YouTube and these platforms now, it's like we can make content, we can give it to the world, and that's the point behind Gives a Minute. If that snorkel mask didn't happen, if that thing didn't pop, my channel would still be going. I wouldn't have 21,000 odd subscribers. I wouldn't have 2 million views or whatever. I wouldn't have that, but I'd still have the Gives a Minute channel, and I'd still be doing the exact same thing now. I probably wouldn't have gone to Vanuatu and Fiji and all that stuff. So like, it's kind of sad, isn't it, when someone comes in with that, because it's almost like they're not happy with what's going on the channel because of their own conceived notion of what the channel should be. Whereas, like I said earlier, I never expected this from the channel. I never expected to be the snorkel guy, but I'm suddenly put in that position where I've got to do these things and people demand them. And it's like, it's kind of not what I began the channel for. So deal with it. If you don't want to be here, then no one's forcing you. That's the other thing. And it's free. It's all free. You don't have to pay for it. Yeah, some people, huh? Yo, old boy can kiss your behind because it's your channel. You can do what you want on your own channel. Totally, Travel Jet Setter. Totally. Younger people have an issue with social words. Yeah. Yep. You've also worded that pretty badly, Bob, and you're not a young person. Younger people have an issue with social words. Okay, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Jack and Dr. Pepper, I must try. Okay, well then, there you go. I don't think it'll happen with this one tomorrow, and you'll see why when we open that tomorrow, but I'll remember that when I next have a regulation old number 7 bottle to mix. I'll try it. I'm normally a fan of just the regulation pop, but I'll give it a shot. Hey, should we open the call-in lines here? I feel like this is a topic that could generate some great conversation. Now, before we do that, Travel Jet Setter, you often ring in, and we appreciate you ringing in. Don't get me wrong. I just want to open this up to anybody else that may want to call in. There's a link in the chat right now, and it is the Discord voice channel. So if you go in there, I'll go in there now as well and join it. If you go in there, you will see the voice channel. I'm now connected to it. I'm in there right now, and if you join, let me know in the chat that you've joined. Travel Jet Setter, I'm not calling in. Cool, no worries, man. We're not saying don't ever call in again. I'm just saying matter of factly, you've called in a bunch of times. If there's anybody else that wants to, now is the opportunity. And I'm not saying you have to ring in. I'm just putting it out there. I'll open up the chat line now. So the chat line is opened. And if you do come in, I will see you come in. Make sure you mute the stream. Make sure you have a headset and a microphone, and then you're good to go. But do mute the stream, otherwise we'll get stream inception. Happy Canadian message retracted. What did he say and retracted? There's a little hot tip for you. If someone retracts a message in the live chat, it'll always be hard baked into the stream chat. So, what did Happy Canadian say after Stephen? Huh. I stand corrected. That's not the case at all. It's right after Stephen with the sad face, and then it's gone from there as well. Huh. Okay. I think Johan might have been making a joke demand on the giveaway, maybe. Possibly Beyond Beauty. Possibly. I might have missed that. I do miss a lot, I gotta say. I do miss a lot. $1.50 a can. So Stephen says, I hate soda, but I love Dr. Pepper, and it's on sale at the moment for $1.50 a can in the UK section. And Bob's rightly saying $1.50. Ouch. Yeah, that's expensive, man. That's an expensive can of pop. I said it on that way on purpose. I see, Bob. I see, man. All right. You got me. You got me. I didn't spot it. Okay. Travel Jet Setter, BP. Are you talking about me? No. He's not talking about you. I'm not making a joke right now. Johann Sebastian really wants a full face snorkel mask giveaway. The thing is, Johann, that's not how it works on the Gives a Minute chat and the Gives a Minute YouTube. That's not how it works. I'll do a giveaway, and you'll know about the giveaway. But if you come in asking for a giveaway, it doesn't really work that way. Just saying. Was from Oz. If you can make money doing the thing you love, that's awesome, and exactly what you have been able to do. So rad. Yeah, totally, yeah. And like, when I did that first snorkel mask review, the intention was never to make another one or to make any money from it. The intention was look at these new fandangled snorkel masks. They look kind of funny, don't they? I should make a video on it. You know why? Because you can't grab your nose on it, so you can't equalize. Make the video, see what happens. Didn't expect anything, and bam. No travel. Yeah, so Bob's not talking to you, Travel Jet Setter. He's just stating matter of factly. And Happy Canadian, the content here has opened up so many doors for me. It really, really has, man. I'm so stoked with what's going on my channel, and even extending that to outside of YouTube to the D Live now. Just the concept of what I'm doing, like even the surfing thing. Like if you had have said to me, you're going to be doing surfing videos and you're going to get a sponsor for a surfboard and wetsuits and wax, and GoPro are going to send you product, I would have been like, what? No, they're not. How's that ever going to happen? I'm not a surfer. I can't surf. And yet here we are, a wave a day. Winter, I'm freaking surfing in the winter. Who would have thought that would happen? Good question, Beyond Beauty. Johan, is English your first language? I think Johan is Danish. Johan, you from Denmark? I think I recall that. Might have got that wrong. Tim says, I'd like to call in, but it's illegal to drive and talk on a mobile phone at the same time. Only if it's handheld. You can hands-free that shizzle. Don't drive and talk. There's a shop in Melbourne selling Dr. Pepper cans for $15 for 18 cans. Wow, yeah. And Bob, the same thing with the Jacks, of course, here in Australia. The Jack is extremely expensive when you go to your local liquor store and it'll be just the run-of-the-mill, kind of low on the shelf line whiskey, whereas here it's almost like, it's never top shelf, but the Sinatra Select is definitely top shelf, but was from Oz. That's what store, Tim? That is cheaper. Is that cheaper than Costco? Yeah, we got Costco in Australia now, haven't we? And they're doing all those kind of import stuff like this. Is it worth bringing that up? Oh, you live in the Philippines, Johan Sebastian's son. Okay. I don't know where I got Denmark from. Let me ask you this, Johan. How did you come to the Gives a Minute YouTube channel? That's a good question. Just to sort of see how this has rolled for you as a giver on the channel. How did you get here initially? 24 to $30 a handle, and the handle being a liter, a 1.75 liter, right? Is that right, Bob? The handle is the 1.75. Tim, smack my head. You won't be catching me buying no Dr. Pepper for $15. Yeah. And also, Tim, it's illegal to text and drive too. So you're texting. It's probably worse than making a call. Just saying. So a handle 20. Okay, we have to do this. A 1.75 liter bottle of Jack. We've just heard from Bob in the chat. Whoops, we'll go here. Bob Peel in the chat says a 1.75 liter bottle is between 24 to $30 US. This is going to blow you away. 1.75 litre bottle of Jack Daniels here in Australia. Now there's that one there, the upside down one for a bar. But if we go to Dan Murphy's, which is our big liquor supplier in this country, 1.75 litres, $122 per bottle. Hey Siri, what's $122 in Australian? Hang on, cancel that. Hey Siri, what's 122 Australian dollars in USD?
$122 is 84 US dollars and 31 cents. According to
Bob, the equivalent, comparatively speaking, price-wise, 83 USD for that in Australia. Did you just fall off your chair? Are you still sitting upright? $83. Don't forget to the money conversion. Yep, gotcha. 83 US dollars for a handle of Jack. There you go. So Tim is texting and driving. Nobody said he's driving. He may have pulled over. Smack my head or shaking my head? Same thing, Travel Jet said. Smack my head or shaking my head. It's just the ultimate same thing. You young guys, you young crew with all your fandangled messages and meanings. Rolgozia, Harry, I'm sorry I'm late. No worries about that, Rolgozia. We're just talking about content being directed by consumers of the content. And that's the topic of the conversation today. Should I diversify my content? And should you diversify your content? Or should you stay in your lane? What this gentleman that made this lovely comment, that's me, this comment here, is actually saying, he's saying I should not make any other content except for snorkel masks. And I think that is so ridiculous, so outrageous, so outlandish, and I am never going to do what he suggested. But that's the question. Should you diversify your content, or should you stay in your lane, so to speak? Mindy, I agree. So much cheaper here, yeah. Mindy, we should mail you jacks from the States. You know what? I've actually got someone in the Discord that was talking about this last night on DLive. There is some jack products that are only available at the distillery, at the cellar door, if you like. There's this one here. If we go, where are we? If we go here, it's called, and you guys might have seen this in the States. It's called the Tennessee Tasters. How do you spell Tennessee? It's got 2 E's at the end, hasn't it? Tennessee Taste. What? I can't even see how I'm spelling that. Tennessee Tasters. Have you guys heard of these? Tennessee Tasters. Jack's is also expensive in Canada. These guys here are really, really interesting Jack Daniel's products that we can't see in Australia. And so, yes, this would be cheaper to get in America and send it across for sure. Even within a conversion to Aussie dollars. No thanks. No thanks. These guys here. The Tennessee Tasters. Hickory smoked. Little High Angels share barrels. That's another one. I'd send you stuff, but it would taken by customs or something. That's the other thing too, Bob. Because yeah, sorry. I did say Bob, but I was gonna say Scotty D was offering to do that at one point, but we worked it out, and the customs conversion and the way it all worked out was like, dude, it is not worth doing this. But for a smaller bottle like these Tennessee Tasters, they're only like 200 mils. They're like almost like sample bottles. But I bet insulin is much cheaper for you in Australia. We get free healthcare here, so I don't know many people that have to pay for that. Come to America, we'd have a blast. Absolutely, it's on my list, you know. Was from Oz. That sounds tasty. And someday, we'll have it together, dude. We'll sit down and we'll have a Tennessee Tasters. Huh, Mindy, I'll be driving through Tennessee in October. Maybe I'll stop by the distillery and get you some of that if I remember. Mindy, even if it meant you getting it and holding on to it, and then I'll do whatever I can to. How do we do that? Because I feel like it's a limited edition. Interesting. You got me thinking. Not sure if it's still the case, but in Sweden, the liquor bottle shops are government owned, so prices are uniform between them. There are and there were some privately owned stores that are cheaper. Isn't Australian customs super strict on what comes into the country? Yeah, they are. But you can send a gift. So you can send a gift of an alcoholic beverage as long as you declare it. I mean, look, I this is not what I was trying to think of at the time, but Mindy, even if you can just grab and like, I don't want to sound ungrateful or rude about it, but can you get whatever you get? Can you get 2 of each? Because one of them will be opened and consumed on the stream, and the other one will be set aside. So I hate to say this, but I'll pay you for them. I'll fix you up for them. But just get whatever you get. Just get 2 times of each. Otherwise, I'll drink it on the stream and then it'll be gone. The idea of doing it on the stream is that it's there for the stream, for the content, and then later on I can enjoy it myself as well. Start a 2020 fund to come to America, super chat style. Well, we could do that. I guess, Paula, it'd be the Great Australian Ripoff Tax. I guess, totally. I guess we could do that, and I feel like the DLive might be the place to do that. DLive seems to be more of a live streaming. By the way, Bob, have you gone over to DLive and had a look yet? Have you seen what's going on that platform? If not, there's a little link in the chat that goes to my DLive. But when you're there, go and swing by Danny's channel, Danny DLive. No, DLive Danny. And go and have a look, because the platform itself is pretty unique. And maybe, Mindy, of course, no, I've got the Jack. You've got the Jack. I'm not sure what you're saying. You've already got the Jack? Oh, you understand what I'm saying. Oh, my treat. Oh, Mindy, I want to come over there and hang out with you. So nice of you. So nice of you. Thank you very much. Tennessee Tasters. What a cool little selection. And the other thing is, why don't Jack Daniels do that globally? Why? And by the way, when tomorrow, I don't want to blow the steam, but when we open this tomorrow, the replacement for the live stream is something along these lines. I wonder why Jack Daniels limits certain of their product line to only certain markets. In this instance, the US market. We have product. Hey, that's what I could do as a return favor. Whenever I come to the States, I will bring a bottle of 1907, which is a Jack Daniels that only gets released in Australia, oddly enough. You got the Tennessee Tasters, that's the range that only gets released in the States, and specifically in Lynchburg at the distillery. Not even in Lynchburg, because that whole town's dry, but you can buy it at the distillery, at the cellar door. But this 1907 brand, only available in Australia. Very, very strange. A very, very nice, sweeter Jack Daniels. Lower on the alcohol content, but sweeter. So I'll bring a couple of bottles of that with me. Whenever I come to the States, I'll do the right thing. And I'll even say I'll go on these Jack Daniels forum things and I'll say, look, folks, I'm coming to the States for whatever the reason. If anyone wants me to sling a few bottles of 1907, because I know you can't get it there, meet me at the airport and I'll physically give them to you as I walk out of the airport. You can fix me up for whatever it's cheaper for me to come with them, but you know what I'm saying. Tim says, I'm pretty sure you can only bring in one bottle, 700 ml size of alcohol into Australia as duty-free, tax-free. Right. So, and 700, what's with the 700 mils as well? Like, a liter bottle, right? Happy Canadian said, I wanted to send you some Canadian beer, but called up the post office and they said it wasn't allowed. Yeah. It's so strange, man. And all of these open border policies and one race and one species and one person and one people. And yeah, we can't send alcohol across a state line. Are we really a connected world when we can't send freaking alcohol to a friend? It's just alcohol. It's not like you're going to change the whole world by doing it. Why can't Happy Canadian send me some Canadian beers? What's the big deal? I don't get that about 2019, about the world, about people. You and I are all one. We're all givers. We're all giving. You're giving me your time to consume this content. I'm a giver because I'm giving you my time to create the content. We're all givers. This is a global world we live in. Yet you can't send me alcohol across a border. It does not compute in this day and age of the internet and of the 5G Internet of Things and how it all's working. That does not add up. I'm sorry. And I would happily live on another planet if there was one that didn't have these kind of inane rules. Because I had... Okay, so this is how Johann Sebastian's son came to the channel. Because I had experienced snorkeling and I saw my videos that had full face snorkel mask reviews and I bought the full face snorkel that you review and I was snorkeling in the sea. Okay, well that's good, Johann Sebastian. I am happy you saw the channel, you went snorkeling, and the content helped you, man. This cheers is for you. Good stuff, man. I appreciate that. No more asking for giveaways, though. Please don't ask for giveaways. Paula Erdby, if you use a small package and declare it as samples, it should get past Oz Customs. That's what I was saying with the Tennessee Tasters, because they are only 200ml bottles or 250ml. It's almost like a hip flask. Those ones you could probably get through as a gift. Declare it as a sample or as a gift, yeah. 2020, I know, Bob. We're in 2020 pretty much, and you can't send me a bottle of booze from America to Australia. It does not add up. I'm sorry. If I make it to America, Northrump MJ will get me to the distillery. Wow. I'm sure you get to the distillery. We'll take a road trip, Mindy. And Paula makes another point. You have to declare no commercial value. Exactly. Bob says 2020 we can make a deal on a bottle. Yes. No shade to Australia, but I've no desire to go there. Understood, Travel Jet Setter. Understood. It's a strange country. It's an expensive country. We have very, very strict rules on a lot of things. There's many things you cannot do here. We have terrible internet. On the flip side of all that, we have some of the most amazing animals on the freaking planet. Like, what the hell is a kangaroo? What's a platypus? These are animals that are just like almost like make believe. We have some of the most amazing sceneries. You've seen my wave a day every day. This is just a small sample of the coast here. Everybody gets access to this coast up and down the country, and it changes the further up you go, the further south you go, the further west you go. It's a very, very beautiful country. But if you don't want to come here, it's up to you to decide. I strongly suggest everybody see this place once in their life, just to sort of go, wow, have a look at that, you know. And as you fly into Sydney, it's pretty special. Pretty special. Was from Oz. We can homebrew beer, but not post products. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And Mindy says you don't have to tell them what you're sending. This is true. And something as small as those Tennessee tasters, because they are on that small scale, you could put them inside a box and just like you do risk them opening it, of course. But even if they did open it, it's not a 700 ml bottle. It's I'd have to pay the tax on that. Where they'd say, "Oh, we opened this, we intercepted this gift, and we realize it's taxable, so you got to pay the tax." Understood. Back on topic. Oh, hang on a sec. Olgerd Dawiz. Oh, that's going to be hard to say that handle. Olgerd, Olgi. Thanks for joining the Gives a Minute YouTube stream in the chit chat. This is a little cheers just to say welcome. I can't say your handle, but I'm appreciative of you being here. They don't have any idea how to let you send alcohol but stop those who would abuse it. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. They don't have a system set up for you to do it, but they'll stop you from trying to do it. Yeah, go fathom. Go fathom. Good to see you in here, Olgie. BP Fishing says, back on topic, diversify, do what you do, don't limit your audience. The snorkel stuff is cool, but I watch for the other stuff. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, man. And I completely agree. Completely agree. Don't listen to someone dictating what you should do with your content. Completely agree. If you go to Indonesia, donating a bottle of Johnny Walker to customs officers allows you to bring in otherwise prohibited items. Is that factual evidence, Tim, or is that just speculation? One can only speculate unless you've got a story to tell. And Mindy, don't take that for the words that it looks like it is. I think Tim may be flexing his knowledge that we don't know about, possibly. Travel Jet Setter, about the content thing, I certainly learned my lesson about getting into YG clicks and getting involved in certain YouTube sectors that can lead down the road to problems. We've all done that. We've all got that to have concern with. But if you can maintain your integrity and maintain your personality and maintain your beliefs, everybody has a right here on the YouTube machine. Johann Sebastian, the best animal. We've got crocodiles, we've got kangaroos, we've got the platypus, which I've never seen a platypus. I've seen the remnants. I've seen a platypus move in the water and disappear quickly. I've never actually seen a platypus. We have some of the tastiest animals in the world here, low fat and high protein. We eat our kangaroos, man. They're great. Hey, we got Florida and got Hawaii and Puerto Rico and Guam and US Virgin Islands. Yep, but they're all different countries, dude. We're talking about one freaking country here. We're talking about Australia for the win. Just saying. I'd love to visit Australia. And let me just put this out there. Anybody that wants to come, they always have a bed here, right here, if you want to come down and hang out at the Gives a Minute YouTube stream, and you'll be right here. Of course, that's always open for the givers. It's always been the case. The bed, the space here, and I don't mean the bed with me. I'm saying a bed for you to crash, to make it cheaper for your vacation. That's one of the things. The cost to come to Australia is expensive. And if you can find someone that's going to let you, like that's going to host you, that brings that cost right down, of course. So that's always an option here for anyone that wants to take it up. Roll goes, yeah. I went to Uluru once. Amazing experience. I've never been to Uluru. Half of me thinks you've got Steve Van. You should just get out on a road trip and go these places. Yeah. Olgie, cheers, amigo. Olgie, are you, that's like, I'm going to say that's either Swedish or Norwegian, your name? Or that could be even Polish. Yeah, okay, I'm going to lean towards Poland. I leant more towards Poland. I said Sweden at first, but then I leant back towards Poland. That's the angle towards Poland. True story. Rolgosi says, well said. Do what you do. Do what you love doing. Yeah, exactly. And I love snorkel mask reviews. Of course I do. Let me be clear though. When I do a snorkel mask review, it is a branded content deal. The brand has reached out to me, has paid me to make a review of their product. They don't pay me and tell me what to say. They pay me to do the review. I've knocked back so many deals with brands because they just were not willing to pay. Most notably, most recently, I've got someone asking me to do a review right now with their mask. And I said, well, it's winter in Australia. If you want me to do it, I've got to go to the Pacific Islands, Fiji, Vanuatu. I've got resorts that'll host me. There'll be no cost involved in the hosting, but I need to get to Vanuatu. So I pitched them the cost, the airfare, return airfare, plus my time, plus my review cost. And they say, we don't have the budget for that. And I say, then we can't work together. I appreciate you reaching out, but maybe when you have a budget, we can talk again. I'm not going to put myself out. I'm not going to fly myself to Vanuatu to make a review of a snorkel mask. That's not going to happen. If they want me to do that, that's part of the budget that they need to come up with. Polish for sure, says Rolgosi. I agree, Polish. Tim said, true story. I found out in Garuda airline aircrew when they stayed at a hotel. Yeah, but that's bribery, Tim. You know, that you're basically bribing customs there. So I would not encourage you to bribe customs in any regard, unless you want to end up staying in that country for an undisclosed period of time in a rather small space with no one else around you except for these 4 small walls. That's my advice. Puerto Rico is part of the US. Okay, I got that wrong. We've had great sites here in Canada. Canada kicks Australia's ass in sites. Let's be real. Come on, man. Canada's the most beautiful country in the freaking world. No doubt about it. And very second to that is New Zealand. And then little on the side of that is Australia. That's honestly how I feel. The sheer beauty of the place goes to Canada, no doubt about that. And then so close behind it is New Zealand because it almost looks like a smaller version of Canada. And then you've got a biased Australian. I'm Aussie, so I'm obviously biased with that. Have a good rest of the day or evening. Thanks, Beyond Beauty. We're going to be out of here. Oh, crikey, we are going to be wrapping this stream up very, very soon. Also know from an Indonesian friend who travels to and fro a few times a year, a donation of 2 bottles and an adult porn DVD gets you through customs very quickly. Again, I'm going to say it, that's bribery. And I as gives a minute, I do not encourage the bribery of customs officers with no matter what products you think that they deserve, whether it be whiskey or hardcore porno. I do not encourage this. You did not hear this on the Gives a Minute D-Live stream. The views and concerns represented here by my givers are not necessarily the views and concerns represented by Gives a Minute LLC. LLC? I did that for the Americans. We don't have LLC here. Have them send you to San Diego the last week in August and you can stay with me. Yeah, well, I mean, an airfare to the Pacific Islands, you're looking at about $600-700. An airfare to Hawaii or to the States, you're looking at $1,000. And if these snorkel masks don't have the budget to send me to the Pacific Islands, they definitely do not have the budget to send me to the States. But nice thoughts, Mindy. I can hear my outro bassline rolling here, folks. This has been a fun chit-chat. I've enjoyed it. Come with me tomorrow when we open the jack and have more of a chit-chat on the Gives a Minute YouTube stream. Woo! Thanks, guys. Oh, that's we're out of time!